Hello, my friends! I am back again with another story for you. This one goes along with our tree study that we were doing in class, and I hope you all remember it because it's one of my favorites. It's called Our Tree Named Steve. Oh, there's my kitty cat. That's Raja. This book is by Alan Zweibel, and it's illustrated by David Catrow. Who remembers what the illustrator does? Yes, they make the pictures. And the author writes the story. All right. Oh, I almost forgot. We need to sing our listening rules. Eyes are watching, ears are listening, voices quiet, bodies calm. This is how we listen, this is how we listen at group time, at group time. All right. Dear kids, a long time ago, when you were little, Mom and I took you to where we wanted to build a house for us to live in. But in order to build there, men had to come and clear the land. So that means that they would have to cut the trees down to make room to build a house. I remember there was one tree, however, that the three of you couldn't stop staring at. Adam thought it was crying. Lizzey said it looked nervous, and Sari, who was only 2 years old, couldn't pronounce the word tree and called it Steve. I love you, Steve, she kept saying, and then Adam and Lizzey started saying it, and before too long, Mom and I got the hint and asked the builder to please save Steve. So there's Steve right there, and they're going to keep him. The day we moved in, Steve was there to greet us. There he is. They kept him, and he's right in their front yard. He quickly worked his way into your lives as a swing holder, a target, third base, a hiding place, a jump rope earner. Wow, Steve can do a lot, huh? Is he their friend? Yes, he is. And whenever our dryer broke down, Steve held our underwear with pride. That's pretty funny. But sometimes people don't have a washer or a dryer, or sometimes your dryer can break, and then you can put them outside on what's called a clothesline, and they can dry outside, unless it's raining. Yes, right there in the center of our yard, this weird-looking tree grew to become the center of our outdoor life. Through all our barbecues, campouts, and dance parties. So there the kids are camping under Steve, and Mom and Dad are dancing. They hung up lights. Or when Adam and Lizzey started getting crushes on the Simon kids next door, Steve adjusted to our every need. And it wasn't always easy, standing tall through snowstorms in the winter. That's a lot of snow, huh? Or when Uncle Chester napped in the hammock. That couldn't have possibly been fun. Not to mention the time the sewer overflowed and Steve sucked up all the smelly water before it drowned Kirby. Oh, where is he? Kirby's right there. He's hiding on top of his doghouse. And then Steve got so sick himself that the tree doctor had to give Steve a haircut that made him look like a big thumb. Through the years, Mom and I have tried to show you, in a world filled with strangers, the peace that comes with having things you can count on and a safe place to return to after a hard day or a long trip. Which brings me to the point of this letter. Last week, a storm hit our area. Uh-oh. And though we spared Steve's life a long time ago, this time we couldn't save him. What happened to Steve? There was a storm. Do you think the wind knocked him over? Or maybe lightning? I don't know. Are we sad? Sure we are. But even in his final moments, when he could have fallen on our house, on Sari's swings, on Kirby's house, or on Mom's garden, Steve performed his last trick and protected all of us to the very end. And friends like this are hard to find. So he took care of them, and he fell where he couldn't hurt anybody. He's a good friend. So when you come home from Grandma's next week, Steve will not be there to greet you as he's done in the past. I'm sorry. But please know that Steve will always be with us, in our hearts, in our thoughts, and in a different tree at the other end of our yard. See you next week. Love, Dad. So who remembers what they did with Steve? They used the wood from Steve to make a tree house. Oh, and they've got a picture with him right there. So they are keeping parts of him so that they can always remember him. All right, I hope you all enjoyed that story, and I will see you next time. Bye, friends.